what was your expectation leaving school, and what was the reality you faced?
This is it. We sold the dream, and the dream was a nice dream. Get it, your life is made, and was my life made after? Someone promised me a car. Wow, like I was shocked. This is my PhD experience has given me the opportunity to appreciate, that dream. But this was not the expectation. The expectation was, when you're done, people will give you houses and all of that.
So we're going to start discussing from where the money went.
Okay.
Because now I'm thinking about it, like where did it go? So where did it go? Hi, welcome back again to the Engineering Couple Podcast, and I'm here. My name is Bimsola. Here again with my very loving husband. So this time he'll be the one on the hot seat, and I'll be the one asking questions. So
hi, yeah. I think you know me by now.
Yeah, we should have. And if you are if the first time you are seeing our podcast, we'll enjoy you to watch the first, I think, maybe, how many episodes? 6 episodes or so, and to be caught up with who we are.
I think these are 7th episode.
So I said past 6.
Okay,
past 6 episodes. So we caught up with who we are, and so you know what is leading up to this.
Yeah, and we do this weekly.
Yeah, so this is a weekly podcast, and so we enjoy you to like, comment, share the previous ones, and even this one, and also put your comments if you have questions, and if you have questions, put your questions. We're always there to answer, and share, please share to everybody your daddy, your mommy, everybody share.
Yes, please share. We appreciate your efforts to helping us grow and grow in your community.
Yes. Yeah, so Mr. Timothy.
Okay, madam.
So, how was so we're going to talk about your postgraduate experience, how it was. So first off, what was your expectation leaving school, and what was the reality you faced?
Okay, from the previous episodes, you'll have seen that there was an expectation we had. And that was why I spoke about the mommy. We call her mommy, but she was more like our she was more than a mother to us. She's my mom calls her grandma. So and she was responsible for our academics, and so she sold us the dream, and a very valid dream that she wants us to finish with the first class. I mean, in my part 1, she was marking our notes. I think she will see this. Probably I'll send it to her. We'll take it to her house. Then she'll check through our notes to ensure that we're using pencil to draw the images and stuff like that. Very detailed woman. And so she sold the dream of the first class to us and said she wanted us to get it. And obviously, from their generation and to our generation, it's the fact that when you get a first class or a distinction in school, for the American audience, when you get a distinction or a first class, you're made. I mean, you are, So, and I think one thing she made so clear to us was that there's no barrier. So she just lets you see that you're smart, you can get it, go for it. So that was the expectation. And I was waiting for the fact that when I leave, I think someone promised me a car.
Oh, did you get it?
Because of our culture, we are largely we're respectful, and so when I finished the school, someone promised me a car. Someone also promised me I would get a job somewhere. He will facilitate.
All those my father's friends.
Exactly, government job for me, and said, once you get a first class. I'll say it in our language, the Yoruba language. Tobati Pari, Konwabami, Tobati Ba. See, first class or nothing, Kosha Wabami. And so all the expectations in my mind, I was like, this is what will make me. This is it.
Yeah.
I'm running for the race. I don't know, like running to go to heaven. So I'm just running to the goal, and I'm gonna get it. And eventually, I got it. So. Did I get many of the things I was promised?
Did you?
I don't think so.
I didn't say the car.
I mean, she would have seen the car, but I never got the car. I never got, many of the things that were promised. Yeah, I never got it.
Did you get a job that was promised?
No. Or probably, I think the man died.
Oh.
Yeah, I think he died before I was done.
Oh.
Yeah, so when I was crying, you know I was crying. Now, I love the man too, but I'm just saying the tears was more efficient because
Great job.
so yeah, but we sold the dream, and the dream was a nice dream.
Mm-hmm.
Get it, your life is made, and was my life made after? Probably when my PhD. I think
eventually.
Yeah. This is my PhD experience, and the fact that I've been to many other countries in the world has given me the opportunity to appreciate that dream. But this was not the dream. This was not the expectation. The expectation was when you're done, people will give you houses and all of that.
Yeah. So right after school, when all the promises were being thrown to the fishes.
Yeah.
How did you say it? Yeah, whatever. So what was your next line of action?
Okay, so before we left school, I think the very first company that came, I was expecting you to say it, but she didn't know. So I was like, okay, since she didn't say it, I will say it. Last week she didn't say it, and last 2 weeks also. So it was the Guarantee Trust Bank, GTBank, but I think it was for the second class upper and first class graduates. So
brightest and best.
Yeah. So I think I was happy because it looks like, if this could happen while we're still in school, okay, it looks like I'm made. Like there's now the hope. The hope came up alive that I would get something good. But I think when we were done with the interview, the bank manager, because again, I don't know, she was quite reserved, but if you know me and those who know me, I might be reserved some points in time, but I try to just meet people, and Nigerians will like respect. So when you greet people and you prostrate and all of that, they love you, and then they begin to speak. So I got speaking with the bank manager for the branch at Ife. Mm-hmm. I think I still have his contact.
We took pictures.
Yeah, we took pictures with him, and so he said he wanted to have lunch with me. I think he was. I think as at that time we had the WhatsApp status, so he saw one of the posts about the startup we had and the training. So he said he wanted to speak with me, and so I went to meet him. That was just some days after the interview, and he said he would encourage me not to pick up the job. Wow. Like I was shocked, and he said, so he gave me a brochure of his friend's company. That when they left school, he was privileged to get the job at GTBank. No, not GTBank, at another bank. He now came to GTBank. And he has been living on paychecks. He's been expecting promotions. I'm not saying this, I don't know. I'm just quoting his experience. Please, I'm not trying to denigrate any bank. Expecting promotions, and a lot of politics to it and stuff like that. But that his friend now owns a very big company. It's an agricultural company getting government contracts. And he showed me, how I think the friend was the one that OAU gave the contract to get the trees, to plant trees in school. Then when they were doing the innovation, and it was like, look at how much he will have made and all of that. Look at how his company is. That when they left school, it looked like he said those who got the job were the reigning guys, but now today they can't stand where he. So, and his argument was valid. So just to sum it up, it was like, this will kill your dream, because he felt like I had a dream to explore and just to know things. So I took it with I took that as an advice, like when the Bible says, Mary kept it in her heart. I'm a Christian, so I'll give a lot of biblical examples. So I held it in my hands, but I was like, okay. So I remember then I went to my project supervisor, Dr. Adio, and he also said it. He just said jokingly that we were just talking about life after school and all of that. And he said that he feels that the first job you get after school would determine how you be in life.
Yeah,
Again,
I know he told me that.
Yeah.
So even when I was working in channels, I was like, kept that in the back of my mind that this is the determining factor. Like, don't mess this up. Yeah.
So that went. Then one other person said it again. I think his name is Ayo Odumakinde. A big shout out to my very good friend, very smart, extremely smart guy. And he said, he said it in Yoruba jokingly that all these jobs, that once they tie someone down, they are paying us, that many people will not be able to see more into life. Wow. And so some of those they were all in my heart. Now look at, I have 3 people just so. And at that point, I began to look away from getting a job because I then felt, okay, let me try to get a skill that might give me that amount of money. And so that's how we now started the Alo-Fusion and all of that. And I put my whole passion in it. And
the stories.
Yeah, but I think that won't be for, we'll talk about how the company started, of which were the YouTube channel. Is this podcast is built on the YouTube channel, and how we started and how we've been going around to this. But coming back to that subject, and so we got that.
So like your dream drifted away from getting a job.
Yes.
To
just trying to
building your own company.
Yes. So I cannot forget. And I'm not yet speaking about my NYSC, but when they asked me at the interview, that where do you see yourself?
It's like NYSC interview.
Yes. Okay. To get, because it was a very competitive company. I think we'll talk about it soon. And they asked me, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? And I told the woman, I said, I see myself owning something like this. Everyone on the panel looked at, when everyone was shocked, they all looked at me like, come on. And then I just said, okay. And then they said I should go. So that's to show you that at that point, my head was already like, I just want to start something. I don't want to be a part of the 9 to 5.
It's not like there's anything wrong with 9 to 5.
Oh,
it's just something. It's just your preference.
Yes, and that's why I gave a background. That it was a build up of all I've heard.
Yes.
About the 9 to 5 and all of that. So it just made me. I felt I didn't want something that would trap me, and then would just keep me in the first class, ideology over, and then I'm just in one job. Then I then look at people because there are also books that says why the first class works for the third class.
Oh yeah.
A lot of very funny ideology. So I did not want to be that typical first class student that that is just book smart. There's no skill, and so that's how I picked up many of the skills I now do. I now have today.
Okay, so I think we'll get to this.
Thank God for COVID. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So going to your NYSC experience, like how was it like? Did you work your way around? Because I know where he was posted to, and I know So like, how did you get to work? Or how did you get to be posted to where you're posted to? And like, did your first class play part in getting your PPA? And even after getting it, like, how was your experience like?
Okay. I will say something now. It looks like I'm a child of grace. I'm not saying she does not have grace, but
in what sense?
So as at the point where to go for service our service, we already had trainings, and came up with a lot of plans, submitted proposals, but we're not talking about the companies that we had. And so my mind was just startup. So I was hoping I was going to serve at Osun State. I mean, I intentionally put in that I stayed in Lagos. When I was filling the NYSC form, I stayed in Lagos. I was born in the northern part of Nigeria, Adamawa State to be precise, in Jimeta, in Yola. And just I put in all of this information to show that, okay,
you didn't want to go there.
I wanted them to probably just say he has not gotten enough from Osun State, he should stay there. And so when the posting came out and I was posted to Lagos, I was like, oh no, I didn't want to serve in Lagos. I felt being in Ife, being in Osun State, and I had access to a lot of facilities, electricity and all of that. So I felt, come on, I'll just stay back. So when I got Lagos, I was like, okay. My mom was so happy because she felt I'll be close home. And she was like, and I did not work it. I have to say this over and over again. I just got it straight posting. So, but fast forward, let's leave NYSC. Fast forward to the end of NYSC.
No,
Sorry, to the interview.
Okay, interview.
Yeah, sorry. I mean the whole camp and all of that.
Oh, okay.
Fast forward to the.
Okay, let's leave that. Let's get.
That's why I said I'm the child of grace.
It's not that's not good because we cannot say it. It's great we'd have said it, but let's keep to the interview.
Let's keep. So I shall no. So when I got posted to my PPA, a very very good company, very good company, AP Offshore. You know, I could give a shout out to them and the team because I still had to. I went back to show that I had not left them. I mean, I still have people I talk to there, and so I got the company. You know, when I saw it, I was like, oh. So I was like, wow, how did I get this? Again, I did not do anything. I was not even, for the large parts, I was not even, as active in the camping exercise. So I felt I was going to get something less.
Like a school.
Yes, exactly, like a school or a university or LASU or something. So, because I remember when at the final day, they were like, oh, the main first class had gotten LASU, Unilag, that. So I was like, okay, even if it's Unilag, I'll just hold it like that. But I got the AV Offshore company, and I think this were about 5 coppers that were sent. So we got there. And then the company also had an interview. And I think the company guys will not have had this, but during the interview, we got there that day. I did not know I was supposed to wear my khaki uniform. So I just wore my, I had a shirt and a trouser and I went. So I got there, I was the only one who was not wearing a khaki uniform. So when I got there, everyone was trying to read, everyone was trying to impress. They had, they've learned about the company, the founder and all of that. But again, this young man that is scared of getting a 9-to-5 job. And he's just trying to say, I was looking at all of them and I was laughing. Like, why are you guys disturbing yourself? Let's just go and do this thing. So everybody noticed I was nonchalant. Again, I'm the odd one out. Mm-hmm. I did not wear my uniform. And so everyone got in. So I think I was the last person to go in. So I just said they should all go in. So they're like, why am I was just like, why is everybody looking so tense? Like, come on, guys, we should get this. So they needed one person for the legal department and one other person at the engineering department. So everyone went in. So when I got in, you
said you were like 5?
Yeah.
So is it like 2 engineers or 3 engineers?
So I think we were 3 engineers, 2 guys from legal department. Mm-hmm. So they picked one of my friend, and so when I got in, they asked questions. Have I done simulation? Have I done anything related to marine and all of that? So I spoke about the fact that I had done projects with my supervisors then.
So your project, like your final year project?
Not like my final year project. Really, it was just a side project that I took up, where I did some simulations. I think it was even a class project. But I think it was on to it was a fluid flow simulation I did at some point. Yeah.
Was it the wind tunnel?
Exactly. Something that related to, turbulence and the ships and all of that. Okay. So I just told them that we had done something pipe flow, similar, but not ship. But since it's that I could really run simulations and I'm quite good with softwares.
With software, let's promoting your skills. What's the software?
With some of the softwares, like ANSYS at that point. At that time, because I'm using a lot more softwares now, so I don't think but if I pick it up, I should get myself. So I just told them that, but I was not tense. I don't know how they did not see through my emotions, that I wasn't looking so shaking. Not like I was interested, because obviously it's a good company. I can't put that away. It's a good company. It has a marine in its name, so it looks like you're gonna pay. So I didn't know how much you're gonna pay, but I was not just so this fanatical, pacing around. Yeah, exactly. I was just sitting down using my phone. So at the end, the last question was, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I said, I see myself owning this. Wow. And then she said, okay, have a good day. And I felt, oh, I had blown my opportunity until when I got the mail. So I think we had a group page eventually. So, obviously we just had a group page and then put ourselves then we're like, oh, who got it? Who eventually got it? I just got mail where all of us were saying. So I said, oh, I was the one. I cannot forget. One lady went ranting. Like, why did they pick you? Like, like you were like, I was like, oh, I don't know, but I think I was gonna go. So that's how I started. And I think that was my very first formal 9 to 5 job. Would that be the first and like the last? Because I've not had a formal 9 to 5. So after that, I had freelancing and jobs, probably my PhD.
Okay. Yeah. So let me ask, since that was like one of your 9 to 5 experiences, and then you had like the freelancing experience, can you like juxtapose between both, like the not pros and cons? Like, do you prefer one over the other, or is it because you had seen yourself in companies where you're not really looking to like stay long in like those two?
So as you said, I think the goal for me was now to learn how to start a company. So I wanted to see that organizational structure. I must say it's not a relatively large company. Not like they don't do large things. I mean, I'm not sure they want such publicity, so I don't have to do it for them. But they are moving stuff. So they're one of those key guys, but they're quiet,
low key,
and
things are happening.
Their turnover, their turnover is some banks will be eyeing them. Is that good? But they're just quiet and all of that. So I felt but if I want to juxtapose really, I would say one thing about the 9 to 5 for me is not really about coming to work. It's just the fact that I might get stuck on my seat and I'll just be there throughout the whole day. If I had to leave, I must say they were not as strict as some other companies, but if you have to leave, you have to write a note and write a letter and all of that, which is obviously the right thing to do. But because again, I felt engineering is something that should take you around and around. So I was not really doing engineering. It was more of an office work,
Is the office work like carrying paper around?
Not carrying papers around really, because we have software. So I think I used some softwares then. I also use more of Excel to keep track of what's happening on the vessel. I'm not sure they want to also allow some of this information out, but vessel tracking, just ensuring that the vessel is in good shape, procuring vessel, ensuring that the team and they are all in good shape. So, but in all of this, I wanted something
engaging.
Exactly, something more engineering, like
oriented.
Yes, because I felt like even if I would not start a company, whatever I'm doing should at least engage my engineering sense.
Yes.
Eventually, I was now drifting into some other things. I think that was where the spark for, because at the point I had to, again, because it's just not a big size company. So you'll be fitted into some roles that should not be part of your work. So I remember I had to do a design and then they expected me to learn Canva. And so I think that was where I started that Canva design that has now become, that grew into me using Adobe products today. But the whole essence is I would not say either of it is bad, but 9 to 5, if you want that, because my generation tends to desecrate it and make it look like bad. It's not really bad. If I tell people that if you sit as the boss and look at it as the owner of the company, you would not make such statements. No, you would not want to have a company where, all your workers come in by 11 and then everyone is just working. Though I remember my boss then, very awesome lady. I don't know if she want me to say her name, but very awesome lady. She used to tell us that, in China, they tell you that once you're done with your task, you should go. That she's aiming, because she was also in the managerial positions, that she's aiming for the day she'll be able to make a decision and then she'll bring in a law that when you're done with your task, you can go home. Right? It will make you
want to do
your task faster. But no CEO wants to see his or her employees just strolling in by 11, by 1 o'clock.
It's taking a while to go.
When it's not government work. Oh god, government workers.
Yeah, because I think like 9 to 5 has had it like they've seen it. 9 to 5 has seen it like, and like a lot of like because I at least worked in like 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So they're always saying like, oh, young people who don't want to work, and like some older engineers like that I met, they're always like, young people these days just want to blow fast. They want to, so some of them don't even regard like online jobs as actual work experience, which I think is also not true because it's also like you learn things.
It's like going to another extreme.
Exactly. So like some just say, okay, if it's not 9 to 5, that means they have not worked.
Yeah.
So like sometimes when I tell them about the freelance experience I have, they'll be like, oh, that's not an experience. But I did projects.
Yes.
So I actually did like engineering projects. I did like some analysis work on. When I was a freelancer, I think I wrote a book. At that time, remember the time I wrote like a SolidWorks training material because of I think I did a work for someone in Saudi Arabia, so I had to prepare a training material for his students.
I think you signed NDA then, so don't give us. Okay then, okay. Yeah.
So that was I did like a lot of some engineering tasks. It's not all engineering because I did some non-engineering things, but to now discount it and say it's not an experience.
Yeah.
I think that's also like something we should not slide it.
It's one extreme. Yeah. The same way my generation too would now say 9 to 5 is
some people just see 9 to 5 as a cage, they don't want to do it.
Because someone and then you hear statements like, sorry to cut you short, and you hear statements like 9 to 5ers are not the rich people and stuff like that.
Exactly.
But come on, see the late Herbert Wigwe, the Access Bank CEO. I mean, he grew in the 9 to 5 culture and look at how it was celebrated. So it's really not. We shouldn't.
Yeah, because I've had like people who've encountered a lot of students. One was like he's a civil engineering student, I think now, and I was like, oh, what's like future plans? He said he doesn't even want to work at all in like a 9 to 5 or like a physical company. He just wants to do online work. I was like, how are you planning to practice civil engineering?
Wow.
Online. I'm not saying that it's impossible.
You want to use software.
But you have to see what you're like sometimes I think that was one of the reasons I wanted to go back. I wanted to go to industry. Like I want to see these things. Like it's not just sitting down and just drawing something fancy. Like I want to see the manufacturing process because sometimes you have to see these things before you can now. Yeah. So when you have seen enough, then you can now sit down at home and say, "Want to become a freelancer."
Yeah.
I think that's when it's more impactful. So but let's come back to you.
Yep.
So after your NYSC ATBO show, like what was next?
Okay. I think so after my NYSC, I think at the last day, you have to make a decision if you're gonna wait, if you're gonna stop working. And at that point in time, my interest for the foreign exchange market had grown, and I'd made some some money from it, and I felt okay. So I remember I was shaking, I prayed, and I was like, oh, just to I'm a Christian, so I'm sorry, but I prayed and trusted and all of that. So I felt okay, let me just take the leap. So at that very last day, I just said I wasn't going to be continuing there, and I remember somebody came to me, oh, is it? I said no. It's not really about whatever anybody has done. It's.
I think the people are always of the opinion that like after NYC, there's really no job anyway.
Yeah.
So they feel like just take what you have and.
I remember the woman at the secretariat. I can't forget the woman. She probably will go to see her anytime we go to Nigeria again. And so when I was trying to submit my form, and then she was asking, I think she just loved asking. Then she asked, do you plan to stay at AB Offshore? So she can try, because she felt okay, she has people there, she can try to recommend me. And I said, no. Then she said, There's nothing out there. Nothing. I mean, she's from a part of Nigeria where they speak the way I want to speak. There's nothing out there like, no triangle and stuff like that. And I said, no, that I think I'm convinced. And to an extent, when I'm convinced about something, I'll just try my best to do it and probably face the consequences. So I said, okay, no, I don't think I want to continue. So I spoke with people at the last day, and I said, no, it's really nothing about the company. The company is, I think it's awesome. I think they are doing well, but it's just something I would not want to continue. Again, don't forget, there was the underlying ideology.
Yes.
I wanted to, I wanted to have my own company. Yes, that aside. I was also scared of just getting stuck and being there for the rest of my life. Because there's that complacency, especially probably when you get promotions and your pay is okay.
Yes.
You would not even, for instance, we're doing a PhD now, might not have thought about it. You just wake up in the morning, you're there before 8, you get lunch.
Which is not bad.
Which is not bad.
Yeah.
But because of the vision I had,
yeah.
Which everybody might not have it. So, you might have that. But I was just scared of going through that routine. It was really that 1 year. At some point, I really got bored from the...
So did the lockdown have any effect? So you stopped working?
Oh, sure. I think that's going to be the next thing I'll speak about. Because the lockdown had one of the greatest impact in my life. I think it's one of my best seasons for me, not for the world. Well, yes, it had an impact. I think the company, I must give it to them. They tried extensively well. They continued paying. I think the payment they continued at some point. Because we got paid pretty well.
Yeah, he got paid.
Oh well, we got paid.
But it's not because of freelancing in my life. Like,
where did the money go to?
Exactly. It's not that I'm thinking about it because I wasn't supposed to be a career. So where did the money go to?
Where did the money go to? I don't know.
Well, okay, I think probably next episode we're going to find out.
I know where it went.
Where did it go?
That was when I started Forex.
Oh.
That's why I know where it went. So.
Okay, I think
yeah.
Of time.
The production, our team is saying time.
Yeah, time.
Okay.
So I think you have to continue next week.
Yeah.
So
I thought it was gonna be one episode, but
yeah, because let me tell you. So because I filmed 2 episodes, so if you have not watched it, please go back and watch the 2 episodes because my gist was long, so we had to break it into 2. So he said he doesn't think his is going to be 2 episodes long; that it's going to be just 1. Apparently not. So now we have to cut it now and then pick it up from next week.
Yep.
So we're going to start discussing from where the money went.
Okay.
Because now I'm thinking about it, like where did it go?
Yeah.
So where did it go? So next week, find out where the money went.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Till next week. Have a good time.
Yeah. Bye.
Next time on Engineering Couple Podcast.
So where did the money go?
I love to give a background to things so that the context will be well understood. So my mind was not money. My mind was just to get the skill.
Okay.
And to come out of the lockdown a better person.